Yeah, you know what's going on here. I didn't want to wash my hair, so I decided to just play with new makeup instead. Hello there, and welcome to a video where we're going to be trying out new CATRICE cosmetics. You know it, you love it, I love it as well. I just love when the September comes and all the affordable brands just start coming out with amazing products that are immediately sold out online usually. So this time I was kind of particular about this because I don't want to miss anything amazing and epic, and I really like CATRICE. So let's get to it, okay? We have a lot of new stuff. They really came out with a bunch of products. So, of course, priming. We do have 2 new primers today. The first one is the Pore Instant Matte Stick, which is supposed to reduce skin sebum. So I would expect some niacinamide in this. I do not see any ingredients. Looks like this, pretty standard. I used to be quite a fan of these mattifying sticks back in the day when my skin was a bit more oily. I'm just gonna put it mostly to the center of my face. It feels almost like hydrating, weirdly enough. But let's just massage it in and kind of tap it in to really see what it does. It's always best to like kind of roll it in your pores for it to work its best. That's usually the case with most like pore primers. By the way, sorry about this. I got a rash on my hand and it doesn't look great. It's an interesting texture. It's definitely not silicone-y like many of these are. It is a little bit sticky and it feels almost like refreshing. This is an odd sensation. I can still see my pores very clearly. So it's definitely not that blurring, but we will see how it looks when I put something else on top. For the rest of my face, I have the Vitamin C Fresh Glow Primer. I have many of these CATRICE primers and I gotta say I really like them. So, you know, a glowy one with 2% vitamin C seemed like a good choice, because I think that's gonna be like just enough vitamin C to not irritate my skin. It does have like a peachy tint to it, doesn't seem to have any glitter or anything, and it feels very nice and jelly, so we'll see how that looks. So I did focus it more on the drier parts of my face, so the rest of my forehead, my cheeks, and I just dabbed it across the rest of the face so we kind of have the, you know, even glow as much as we can. Definitely gives me a beautiful glow. Look at that. Wow, that is so nice. It does smell a little bit like fruity, citrusy. All of these products usually do. It smells very nice. And yeah, like I totally agree. It should give you a fresh glow. This is very fresh and very glowy. Let me tell you, today we're gonna be glowy. And that is also because the next product that I have is the new Soft Glam Filter Fluid. I guarantee this is going to be the part of the video that people watch the most. Like, I already know. Because every time some drugstore brand launches like a Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Glow Filter dupe, everyone is losing their minds. Amongst all of these dupes, I actually found some products that I use on the daily basis as skin tints, and this one seems very promising to me. I think I have the lightest shade. It's 10 Fair Light, and yeah, it's gonna be a good match. You can see straight like from the tube that it does have like a little bit of pearliness in it. It's very hard to show on camera, and it does come with a doe foot that is very small, like surprisingly small doe foot. So yeah, I'm gonna use this as a skin tint because that is how I have used it before. And I gotta say that texture-wise, this one is, yeah, pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I know people don't like the one because of hygiene and stuff, but I honestly don't really have that much complaints about it. Listen, if this isn't gloss skin, I don't know what is. Look at this. Oh my god, that looks beautiful. The best thing about it is that it doesn't feel heavy and it looks truly awesome. So I cannot wait to see how it looks with the rest of the products and powdered. I have used it before, not with this primer, and I feel like it was just a tiny bit less like glowy and dewy. But if you want that like what is called now glazed donut skin, like oh my god, this is a glazed donut if I ever saw one. Of course they say you can use this as a highlighter, you can use it as a skin tint, or you can use it underneath your makeup. I think this is like a very nice level of glow. It doesn't look glittery, it looks truly like glowy, but not even like sweaty glowy, you know? Unlike the e.l.f. version of this doesn't like feel as heavy and as present on the skin, which is what I didn't like about that one. Therefore, this one is definitely winning over the e.l.f. I feel like many people would love to look like this and just go out of the door in the morning. So I'll just use a little bit of concealer. Now, it evened out my skin tone pretty well in the center of my face, which is usually where I focus it the most. And this looks, wow. This is like one of the first dewy looks on my face that I actually quite like. Now, I'm going to move on to some cream products. I do not have the new Catrice cream bronzer, and I'm really bummed about that because it looks amazing. But I do have this Magic Shaper Contour and Glow Stick. You know, as you would expect, you have a contour on one side, which is a pretty nice cool tone shade. This is the shade 10 Light, so I assume the lightest one. And I'm just gonna like lightly contour where I already have the shadow on my face. That's how I usually like to do it. And maybe a little bit over here. And I'll try to blend it out and we see where that goes. I'm gonna lightly clean up under that contour. My face has like a really weird angle. Like my shadow truly goes like this. And it's a very like steep angle. So the contour looks a little stupid sometimes. And I could probably kind of work around that and do it slightly differently. But I just cannot really be bothered, to be quite honest with you. But this is how it looks. I think it's a really nice tone for someone with light skin tone. It could be even a little bit cooler, but I still like it, and it blended pretty well actually, but considering it's a stick. Now I want to try the highlighter. It does have like a really nice cool toned undertone in it. I don't know if you can see it, but it does look very promising. So I think I'll just try to pick up some. Are you even gonna be able to see highlighter if like my whole face is literally beaming? I'm not sure about that. Okay, just to show you how it looks, I'm gonna put it on my hand so you have like a better representation. It does look pretty nice, and it's definitely light enough for me to not look like a stripe. So I'm not sure if this is even more enhanced than it was, but who knows. Now, I have a new powder as well. This is like probably supposed to be paired with a tint because it has the same name. So this is the Soft Glam Filter Powder, and it's one of these like almost color correcting powders. You don't see these as much these days, do you? So I'm kind of interested to see what it's gonna do. I'm gonna use it to set my under eyes as well as my whole face. So we will see how that turns out. Okay. Note to self, this may not be the best powder to set your under eyes with, but we'll see how it works on the rest of the face. I would love to tell you that the camera is exaggerating, but it's completely not exaggerating at all. This is weird powder. Like my under eyes are set quite nicely. It is not a dry powder. It doesn't seem super matte, which I do like in a powder for sure. But it's just so odd. It's supposed to be like evening out your skin and making your skin more brightened, which, well done. I mean, I was already shining like a tin man, but sure, go for it. And yeah, you should just mix everything up. And it should be for any skin tone. So I assume this should be like a translucent powder. Sort of. I almost feel like there is a shimmer to that powder. What the hell is this? Because here on my cheeks, it literally looks like I have highlighter on. Let me swatch it. Looks like a pretty, normal powder. It's here next to the highlighter. This is the powder. Are you joking me? What is this? What the hell? Okay, I'll try to blend it out. Okay, this is super interesting. So I definitely should not have put it on with a puff under my eyes. That was just stupid. Let me try and clean up with the other side a bit. That was definitely a failure on my part. But I gotta say, my under eyes are really bright right now. Like, you cannot see any under eye bags, and there are bags. I don't really like what it's doing over here because it's really accentuating like this puffy part of my face, and it's making me very aware of the fact that I have it, and I don't like that. So I don't like that. But I feel like it's the kind of powder you should use like on your forehead and anywhere you want that attention brought, you know? So if I put it like over here, kind of again in the center of the face, not so much on the cheeks, this could look really pretty. And I feel like this is the kind of thing they could also photo shoot really pretty. Listen, we don't really do this here, but let me try like a flash test. And the phone says, that's a horrible picture. See that? It doesn't look like there's much of a flashback. It just looks very bright, and that's what it is. And also looks very textured. Those are some very interesting and weird products. But I like them together. I think this looks really pretty. I look like my face is so healthy. That is insane. I gotta do something about this. So now I'm gonna use the Catrice Holiday Skin Luminous Bronzer. I've had this for ages. Before we move on to other stuff, because I do really like this bronzer. And it smells great. Okay, I will also quickly put on the Air Blush Glow. I have the shade Cloud Wine, and this is like my everyday go-to blush shade. Like, if I don't know what to wear, this is usually one of the shades that I opt out for because it is very universal and it doesn't have any, like, strong tones. It's just a really nice, flattering shade. And it's kind of like, you know, mixed, so you get a little bit of everything. So, next, eyebrows, of course. I have the new Color and Fix Brow Gel Mascara. I, for once, picked up the shade 10, which is blonde. And I'm gonna hope that I'm not gonna regret this. This is supposed to be like... The brush is very interesting. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like really defined and spiky, which is interesting. So let's see how this looks on my brows. The brush is not particularly precise, so it's really hard not to overdraw. This is so weird because the brow is so light. But I feel like it actually matches my hair pretty well. I mean, my eyebrows are awful. I didn't take care of them in like the past couple months. But this doesn't look too bad. The brush is very spiky, so you can definitely feel it on your skin as you brush it on. And it's a little bit hard to be precise with it because it's quite big and you cannot really tell where you're putting all that. But it does look pretty cool. The formula is very lightweight. And we will see how the fix part of this goes because I don't really trust tinted gels that they're gonna have pretty strong hold, so we will see how that goes. I already removed my eye makeup like 4 times today, so my eyelids are like burning right now. But that doesn't matter because right now we have the Wow in a Box mini eyeshadow palette. There used to be 5 in a box and now it's a Wow in a Box because I think they kind of reinvented the formula and now we have 4 different shades. No, now we have 5 different shades. And I swatched them, and they do look very interesting. I'm thinking whether I should make like a little bit swatcheroo for you. Maybe I should, yeah. Alright, here we have swatches of all the 5 shades. Sorry about the brown, that's my thumb. But we can see that the shimmers are slightly different formula, all of them. The first one is most metallic. This one is like almost a duochrome, like a pinky peach duochrome. This is a matte. And this is like a very sparkly, it's not really that well visible on camera, but it's definitely a different formula where you have like different tones of sparkles. And then this like almost satin metallic brown. Interesting choice. It does remind me a little bit of the Zendo palette from Natasha Denona, but that one is a little bit different and I think it has like a silver. And I'm gonna say the same thing about this one as I said about the Natasha Denona palette. I don't like the brown being metallic, I just don't. I want a matte brown. That would be so much like easier to use and combine if it wasn't matte. But, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and do something at least like remotely nice, and I'm gonna try to use at least some of these shades, and then we'll play with the rest of the stuff that I have. Listen, I'm not really proud of this, okay? Not gonna lie to you, but I did manage to use all of these shadows. I gotta say the orange matte is beautiful. This is a stunning matte eyeshadow, and I'm not even surprised because I feel like all of the little palettes had some beautiful, beautiful matte. So that's given. I love that. Now the shimmers, I started out with a gold one on the lid because I hoped it's gonna be amazing, but then I had to come back in with a pink one because that one is actually way better and more metallic. You can see mostly here in like, you know, the start of the eye socket, and that one's beautiful. In the inner corners, I do have the duochrome, like the goldy pinky one. Pretty cute, it's very metallic. And then as a liner, I tried to use the brown, but no, it doesn't work well. The formula is not very good for a liner because it's a shimmer, and it just wasn't really it. So I feel like overall, these eyeshadows are pretty good. Certainly better than the last 5 in a box palette we have, like the kind of lilac one. That one was terrible, like that one was so bad. Now another exciting thing, they have a new Curlite Volume and Curl Mascara, which is the only thing I want from brands these days. Just make mascaras that make my lashes curl. I don't have problems with volume or with length. I have problems with my lashes being so heavy they're pointing forward, and that's, you know, I want to solve that. I don't care about the volume. Apparently it's supposed to have 24-hour curl effect. So let's see what it's all about. It does have one of these brushes, which to this day, I have no idea how to use it. If you should use it like this or if you should use it like this. Because honestly, both things kind of make sense to me, and I don't know. I'm gonna try both. Honestly, I'm not like super impressed. I might try to do a second coat and see if it's better. That looks a little better. It's still pretty messy, and I feel like I have mascaras that are better than this, but it's definitely better than it was. And I would say you have to use this part. The funny thing is that all of the mess is totally my fault. This actually doesn't have a super wet formula, which I really like. So despite the mess that I made, because I was trying to be very thorough with my application, I would say this is not bad at all. It's like not the most impressive curl I've ever seen, but I definitely can feel my lashes being like pushed up a little bit more, and I do like that because my lashes are really just looking, you know, on my feet usually. So this is not bad. Also, I do quite like the brush. It has short bristles, it's a little bit stubby, but it doesn't hurt your eye if you poke yourself in it, which I already tried as well. I think those bristles are probably plastic, but yeah, it's not too harsh on your eyes, which is great, and the formula isn't too watery and wet. And we will see if it smudges or not, but I really hope it doesn't. But if it does, I will definitely inform you on that. So far, I like it. But I feel like Catrice kind of had a good luck with the mascaras. Because this one, the Boost Up Volume and Lash Boost, is like my most used mascara at the moment. I feel like they're kind of stepping up their mascara game more into like my liking, which is a little bit selfish, but I really like it. So yeah, that's it. Those are the eyes done. I'm not in love, but it's not looking terrible at the same time. This is like perfectly fine. The skin is still looking very glowy. It is starting to look a little bit off in my smile lines over here because I talk a lot, of course. Let's finish off this look with 2 more products. First one is the Glow Light Highlighter, which is a new highlighter, of course. This is in the shade Rosy Nude. I think they had only 1 shade. And to be quite honest with you, it does seem a little bit dark, and I hope it's not gonna be. It is like a beautiful pinky gold. Hopefully you can see the 2 tones in it. So let me try put it on and see what we think. I definitely can see the pink tone and the gold tone in it, so it is kind of like a 2-tone highlighter situation, which is interesting. I hope it's not too dark. I don't think it is. Looks like this swatched. You can definitely see the pink and the gold, but also it's like roughly my skin tone, so I'm not sure I'm gonna get away with this in the winter. Let me put more here. But definitely cute. Is it the best highlighter ever? Not really. I think they had better highlighters. These like tiny ones with a flower, those were really good. And the last product we have to finish the look is the new Gloss and Glow Tinted Lip Oil. And I picked up the orange one, which is so fitting for the video. I'm so happy. This has a gigantic doe foot. And let me just tell you, unlike some other lip oils on the market, I'm looking at you, NYX, this is an actual lip oil. Like, you get the slip, you get the care, you get the occlusive layer. This is an oil, and I cannot be happier because I love lip oils. Beautiful. So this is the finished look, everyone. The wing looks so pathetic. Yeah, here you have a little close-up of the skin. Like, the skin looks beautiful on the camera, like 100%. This is so cute. But in person, I'm starting to see a little bit of heaviness. It's just not it. Exactly like here on the cheeks. Those are way too shiny. Those should not be as shiny. I cannot stop looking at my hamster cheeks because they're so shiny. So this should be toned down a little bit, I think. And also it's settling a little bit in my smile lines, but everything else looks really good. It's not even settling between my brows. It's looking really pretty. And I mean, I gotta say, like, the soft Glam filter fluid, this is a winning one. I feel like from all the ones I tried, this is probably the one that I like the most. Definitely in like top 3, I would say. It's really lightweight. You almost cannot feel it on your face. Like, really, this does not feel like a full this does not feel like a full face of makeup at all. This just feels like really comfortable and lightweight. Damn, I like that. I like that a lot. Next time, I'm definitely not going to use the vitamin C primer. This is, although, a very beautiful product. I feel like this could work so well under different, like, more matte foundations. See, like, on its own, it wasn't covering all that much. But now that I have, like, everything on, everything is complete, I don't care. I think I just really like light coverage these days. I'm just very confused by the powder, and I will have to try it a little bit more to see, like, what is it supposed to do? Because I feel like this could be more like a finishing powder than an actual setting powder, you know, one of those almost like hourglass type of powder when you kind of want it for the glow and for the effect and not really for the setting properties. And it could be beautiful for that, like 100%. Under my eyes, it's super effective, but it's also very reflective, and I'm not sure I'm about that life where my under eyes are literally looking like they're highlighted. But it's definitely not a bad product. I just feel like it needs some adjustment to your routine so you know when to use it and how and what it does. The brows, by the way, are definitely set. I think I could use another layer or two, but I can feel the gel in, which is a very good sign. And the brows feel kind of like fixated, like that. I don't know how to describe that feeling, but some brow gels are literally doing nothing. This one, looking pretty good. Yeah, the contour stick and highlighter stick, really convenient. I like this type of product for traveling. And the eyeshadow palette is pretty cute. I like that they did like a different formula for every pan. The quality of the shadows is very nice. So yeah, was this another success from the Catrice new launches? I would say abso-freaking-lutely. And yeah, if you're, you know, longing for very glowy skin, I would say I do have just the products that are gonna give it to you, because this is like a glass skin holy grail combo. So I guess that is everything I have today, so thank you very much for watching, consider subscribing, and if you want to see more videos where I talk about drugstore makeup, you can check out the playlist. See ya!